Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Jonah from Blue Lotus Gaming here with another YouTube video today. Sorry about my absence. It's been quite a journey here as far as like getting a lot of things in my life together. I finally found some time to make a YouTube video in regards to a lot of things, but of course I have been preparing just in case I did want to make a replay video and a deck discussion. I did capture a lot of replays of different decks, so expect a couple more videos to come out, maybe about 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 videos to come out. And the little one here is my child. She will be on the video with us today. So I want to show you guys something that I created the other day. And today I've been doing testing, and my win rate was what? Pretty much 90%, 95% win rate. And I played this in tags. I played this without tags. And I want to just start the video off with showing you guys the actual build. And we're going, like I do every video, or just about every video. That one video I was really lazy about it. I always explain my reasoning for the combos that I put into my videos and my intentions for how the deck plays, right? So first off, I want to talk about the Zephyr engine. Well, the Zephyr part of the deck. Playing this deck, I felt like the ratio of Zefra should be prominent. So when you start your turn, you want to at least have a Zephyrath or like a Zefra in your hand with Oracle or Providence. You want to pray if you get both Zefra, Oracle the Zephyr, and Providence in your hand, so you can just splurge your hand into the board and just make these ridiculous plays. Now here you see Predaplants and you don't see Brilliant Fusion because I really don't like it. Like, not every deck can just run it just because, but it's not gonna give you that same feeling, you know. Like, people mainly use it just to bring out Scolding. Now it would be an interesting thing if I did run that, but I have to take out my hand traps. And basically the hand trap meta is real, and I'm really getting tired of a lot of people trying to thwart my stuff. So that's why I run the triple Ash Balls, some double ghosts. A lot of this is really consistent. You always want to see in your hand like a Predaplant and a discardable card like Dandelion or a glow up bulb or something that you don't need. I've been thinking about running the other Ritual Beast Zefra just so I can like discard, like let's say I discard Zephranu in my hand turn 1 and then Pendulum Summon the other Zefra. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, so the other Zephyr I'm talking about would be Zephyr and Pilica. Alright, now honestly, back in the day, like Zephyr and Pilica was the shit, dude. Like, she was staple in Zephyr because we focused on a lot on Graveyard and doing really nice shenanigans there. Now the thing is that given the fact that we're playing links, most of the time, if not all the time, your Zephyr is going to be in the extra decks. At least the Pendulums would. So there was no need to run her anymore in my Zephyr builds because most of these are link-based builds and things like that. Now here's a few other things you guys probably saw in the deck. You probably saw this and you probably saw this. So it's basically an engine I discovered playing different variants. Now you guys remember my other deck, right? So if you saw my video on Aleister Crowley, the deck, basically a deck focused on utilizing Invoked and spell books because of the lore. All right. So this is my build for Aleister Crowley. This is literally intended to make a really interesting board. Now you see that I run Invocation, this guy, and this guy. So back to the deck. And you see I don't run any Aleister the Invokers, right? So let me tell you why. There we go. Let me tell you why. So let's say you go. You play your board, you play your plants. You really want to get the plants out first because your board will be more explosive. Because you summon Jasmine, activate her effect, tribute one of your pendulums, bring out the dandelion out of your deck, and then go into summon sorceress. So then after that, you can use summon sorceress effect to target the dandelion token to get the glow up bulb. And then you activate the glow up bulb. And then you link into needle fiber and use this effect to bring out the ghost ogre. So you really want to see plants in your hand in addition to the Zephyr, because after that, you're pretty much going to get your Zephyrs after that, because with that you should be able to go into Skull Deed and Tromel Griffin. Now, a lot of people haven't caught on. I don't believe people have caught on to how fucking ridiculously powerful this fucking Tromel is. The reason why I say that is because this last clause here, guys. Last clause. Special summon monsters cannot activate their effects except linked monsters. Not co-linked, guys. Linked. That means that you could have Makba co-linked to linked to Tromel Griffin, and he will be able to trigger his effect. And I do have an example of that. An example of that in one of the replays. And that's why this card is gonna be really expensive when it comes out, because it's like a stun. It's like one of the most powerful stun cards I've ever seen in recent time. This is one of the most powerful links. This is a top tier link, guys. You gotta understand. If you drop this link and your opponent cannot, everything they do, think about it. Okay, so let's say you got plants, right, and you get your Tromel Griffin out, and let's say your opponent also playing plants, right? He can normal summon this guy and special summon this guy, but guess what? Cobra's effect is not going to activate because he cannot activate monsters that are not linked. He cannot activate the effect of monsters that are not linked. So what you really want to do is to kind of lock out the ability to have your opponent summon special summon monsters onto your linked zones. Those link markers that your monsters point to keep them from trying to get around the Griffin. 9 times out of 10, they're pretty screwed on that though. But there's other things I run, right? So I run the Astrograph Sorcerer because, listen, this card is number one. Not number one, but it has to be ran in Zephyr, hands down. If you run the Heavy Metamorphosis Electrum, you gotta run the Astrograph. It's just way too good not to run. You guys seen it. I've been running it in my Zephyr decks ever since I discovered the combo. Of course, it's ran in Pendulum Magicians, but the fact that this card you can pop any card, any monster card, and then just special summon him from your hand, and then use his effect to add a card from your deck to your hand, just allows you to recover so much resources. It's a resource extender, resource grabber, and it's just too good. Now, of course, you guys understand the plant engine. You run the Max C because people want to try you, and you just drop the Max C and tell them to play their turn. And when you activate Max C, I say, I dare you to play your turn. I dare you to special summon. Please, do it. 9 times out of 10, they probably go a little bit further and then stop. I had one guy literally just stop his turn. He just stopped his turn. It was awesome. Anyway, You want the reinforcements because you want to get Zephyr Tobin. It also helps, like, just in case you really need that extra skill in your hand. Just for the one target. Well, it's really two targets, but oh damn, never mind, just one target. I thought Exiton was a warrior. Oops. Anyway, Zephyr Naga. Now, a lot of people probably like, why the hell is this guy running Zephyr Naga in his deck? What? Well, here's the thing. Zephyr Naga allows you to manipulate your scales with them being re-recovered, or you could do combos like, okay, activate Zephyr Naga, activate Zephyr Tobin, and you position something both of them, right? So you could target your one scale with the Zephyr Tobin and then activate Zephyr Naga as a chain link 2, and then bounce the scale back to your hand before it's destroyed by Zephyr Tobin. Zephyr Tobin's effect has the same claws Exiton Knight, which is combos that people should start using these days. You can also use it with the other Zephyr as well, the other Shadal Zephyr. This guy, Zephyr Core. Now, I highly promote people to start using Zephyr Core more often, because when you have a target, like when you go turn 1 and you already have like Zephranu in your hand, and you got like a 1 scale and you got the Zephyrath on board, it's best to just go ahead and go with Zephyr Core, because Zephyr Core allows you to special summon one Zephyr card out of your pendulum scale, which will allow you and enable you to do Skull Deep plays without the help of so many other cards. You can easily manipulate the board like that, especially if you went like, okay, activate Zephyr Core, special summon Zephranu, and activate his effect, special summon like Zephyr Naga out of the Pendulum Zone. So that's 3 cards on board, right? So then you can go like, okay, link summon the Zephyr Naga, link summon the Zephyr Core into her, activate her effect, pop the Zephyrath, because you know Zephyrath always stays in his zones, pendulum zone. So you pop that, then you get him, and then you activate her effect, then you activate his effects, chain link 2, special summon the Astrograph Sorcerer, you get the +1, then you search for the other Zephyrath, and you already like plussing already. Not only that, you had got your search off for Zephranu. Zephrnu's still on board with 3 monsters. I mean, with 2 monsters with 2 extra monsters on board. So they replaced themselves. But if you wanted to go harder, you would have probably would have had another monster in your hand, right? So let's say you had like Astrograph Sorcerer, Heavy Metal Force Electrum, and Zephranu, right? So then you just so happen to draw into the Predator Scorpio. Well, because you destroyed the Zephyr in your scale and now it's in your hand, you can now discard him to the grave for Scorpio's effect, because at this point you don't really need him in your scale. After you did all that, you don't need him in your scale anymore. So you activate Scorpio's effect, discard him, special summon the Cobra. Now you have like 5 monsters on board. So you got the 2 Cobras, you got your Astrograph Sorcerer, and your Electrum. So you link summon all of that to go into Skull Deep. And you probably would have had like 2 cards left in your hand, 2-3 cards left in your hand, including one of the negations. Then you excavate 4, choose one, fix your hand how you want it, put the rest back into the deck in your board. So it's like so many combos, so many ways to play the game. And not only that, you could have easily, like, instead of going into Skull Deep, you could have went into the Griffin. You could have ended your board with Griffin and Zephranu, and that was it. That's all you need. And even if your opponent switches some of the monster to Griffin's link marker, then you're straight. And if you had summoned Gofu the Vague Shadow turn one. In addition to all the other cards I mentioned, you could go into Griffin and Skull Deep, so you can get that +1 off of Griffin, because you could discard Solemn Strike, then set Solemn Strike, or you can discard 9 pillars and set 9 pillars, because you have to discard as a cost, if I'm not mistaken. Hold up. I believe it is part of the effect. Yeah, so yeah, it's part of the effect, if I'm not mistaken. You guys probably have to quote me on this. And since it'll be co-linked, then you get that +1 off of it. It replaces itself, in addition to the fact that you would have already set that face down. So you would have had Zefra, fucking Skull Deed. I mean, like, there was a board I created, guys, that was so fucking nasty, guys. It was just beautiful, dude. It was the personification of how to play the deck. And I'll be showing you guys replays in a second. So, you want to run Link Karibos. You want to run the Astor Meltdown Invoker. This is the reason why I say this. His effect has the exact same... I mean, his summoning requirements are the exact same as the what's that card I'm thinking about? The World Chalice chick. So there she is. Eve. They should have just kept Eve, but people in their religious beliefs. I mean, of course, I believe in the Holy Spirit and Jesus and stuff, but they're a little bit too. It's like, this is America. We could believe whatever we want to believe, and people shouldn't bitch about that. But there's people that bitch about that a little bit too much, and there are favorites when it comes down to being able to express a person's religion. If you guys, well, that's a whole nother YouTube video, bro. But anyway, Ib and Alistair has the exact same requirements, right? So that means I can use any Zefra, any plant, anything in my deck can bring this guy out. And it's not hard, guys. It's not hard. But you already know this by looking at the deck. It's just everything. It's just so much shit going on in a deck. Anyway, so the engine is literally just the Link monster itself. You do not need anything else. That's it. You just need the Link monster. You do not need fucking Alistair. All you need is an invocation. One invocation. Because 9 times out of 10, after you do this, he's gone. You can't get him back. Now, it would be interesting if Alistair, the Meltdown Invoker, could be counted as Alistair when he is banished, or in the banished field, or engraved, which means that you can infinitely loop the Alistair the Meltdown Invoker with the spell card, because you could just keep summoning him and then activating instant fusion, getting and searching for the invocation. But anyway, these two cards are going to be changed out because I don't really like Omega at all. Fuck Omega. Like, I just don't care for the card. Sorry. Now, Wonder Magician is really nice for disruption. But I would like to run Needle Fiber for the Junk Synchron. I mean, Formula Synchron, rather than the TG Wonder Magician, but that's just me. I'd probably go for like a solid level 8, like you could go for Baxia. You could set up for Baxia if you can get Needle Fiber back on board and whatnot. You can end a turn with a Needle Fiber, probably Griffin, and the Zefroxy. So you'll wait till your opponent will switch over to battle phase before the phase changes. You activate Needle Fiber's effect to summon her. And then you activate her effect to pop a spell or trap because your opponent probably set shit before the battle phase because people like to set cards during their phases instead of waiting till the end of the before the end of the turn to set all your cards. I don't know why people do that, but people do it anyway. It's probably something you should think about. If you're not going to activate a spell card, don't set your traps until main phase 2. There's no need to set cards before main phase 2. Maybe it's for intimidation. Anyway, so you want to go with the Needle Fiber into her, then her doing the link summon on your opponent's turn into Baxia. Baxia will shuffle one card on the field into the deck, and you can shuffle the target into the deck. Now it does target. It does not shuffle any one card on the field to the deck. If it was, that card would have been banned a long time ago. Anyway, I think that's it. I mean, you run 2 9 pillars because this card is godly, and you run 2 war. Now I've seen other builds where people run 1 war, but 2 war is way too good. No pun intended. The reason why Zephyr War is so good is because after you 9 pillars somebody, you can immediately search for Zephyr War and use it that turn. Now, all of my traps is strictly negation with the exception of War. That's all you need, guys. Straight up negation. If you summon Griffin, have Zephyr and like 2 negates face down, and you have your Makaba live, and you have Zephyr War, that's it. There is nothing your opponent can do. That's 3 negations, 1 disruption, and the stun. They can't use their effects if they special summon monsters. So it's like, what are you going to do? Yeah, you can kaiju, but that's the least of your worries, honestly. You can kaiju as many times as you want to, but it's not going to do anything to the board. Yeah, my Griffin goes to the grave, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is the build. You always run a Zephyr Wendy in any Zephyr deck. The reason why is because she has the ability to recover scales. So you can extend your plays with her being able to recover scales on your turn. You can notice on her recover a scale, then activate Zephyrath, and then put a scale in the extra deck. So it's like she's just too good. Of course, these are your removal targets because you need this to get rid of shit. These are staples as well. Zephyroxy is just clutch. He's been riding since day one. You always run your Zephyroxys. If anything, you run at least 1. I wouldn't recommend running no more than 2. Only reason why I run 2 Zephranus is because Zephyr's targets, and for some reason it appears in my hand a lot. And you could just search it off of Providence and stuff. You really want to see Predator Plants though. Mainly your Scorpio. You don't want to see Cobra in hand. But if you get Cobra in hand and you have Scorpio in hand, you're still fine because you can spell some of the other Cobra from the deck. Anyway. Alright, so let's move on to the replay, shall we? Like I said, guys, I have a lot of replays ready for you all. Let's see here. Skyfang. Oh yeah, if you see Zephyr Skyfang, that's a little special thing I got going on. Okay, so I got just a couple. I've been trying to get some really good ones, so I'm gonna show you this. So this duel, hold up. I dual deck, by the way. Like not dual deck, but I played as 2 people. This is it. I laughed at him for doing that. So I just want to tell you something. I messed up, guys. Like this board would have been so fucking like lit. The reason why I say that is because I never used Skolde's effect to special summon the Zefranu to the field. So I can get the full benefits off of the 9 pillars. That's the only reason. That's the only fuck up I made. But it turned out to be okay. But you always want to make sure when you summon Skolde and you use your Zefranu as material on field, or you send it back to your hand, you gotta get the Zefranu back on board, or you won't get the full benefit. Because you want to destroy it, disrupt your opponent, get more resources. Always, you want to utilize Zefranu to the fullest of his ability, unless otherwise. All right. And he quit. He quit. He didn't want to deal with that. I just fucked his board up. I mean, I fucked up his play. Yeah, he had to strike, but I had the 9 pillars, so it's like, and not only that, let's see, what else did I have? I can't look. Okay. I think I had prominence engraved, so like it would have kept my card from being destroyed. All right, so here's another tag duel. This is my plant deck. And he quit. They was like, this is too much for me, you know. That's what happens, man. I was gonna normal summon my tamer, get my get my other guy back, and then set 2, and then there wasn't much else I could do. Well, I stand corrected, because I could have went into the Troymere Griffin, like I tell you guys, go into the Griffin. It stuns them. They have to special summon to the market, and anything outside of the card that's linked, that's nothing else that they will be able to do, honestly. Anyway, here's another. There was a lot of plays I messed up in some of these duels, but I'm trying to figure out these combos the best I can, because I just like started. I just made them the other day. See what I mean? See? It's plays like this. Like, you can do so much with this deck. And that's what I meant, guys. Like, I couldn't do anything else. I used my Zefranu, so I was pretty fucked. So I decided to destroy that. I wanted to get my plus back. I wanted to get the plus off of that, but he was an idiot for that, honestly. I would have just attacked the Griffin. I guess he thought that it was just gonna be like double-sided. Yeah, it was pretty screwed though. I just stopped everything. That was it. He was like, there was nothing else he could do. He could summon the Lumina. Well, that wasn't gonna do anything. He could have set the Plague Spreader and end it. But he could have normal summoned Lumina and discarded. No, he could have set the Plague Spreader or something. No, yeah, he could have set the Plague Spreader to set up for next turn. Because that wasn't, I mean, I used all my resources too. All I was going to do is just keep hitting him. Here we go. So look at this. I don't know what this guy was playing. All I know is just he got wrecked. I wrecked him so hard. Destroy the plague spreader. So this dude can go hard with the inheritor. And yeah, I played a field spell and it's over. I had to do it because he did all that and got Ghost Ogre and he just lost his extension. Now this duel, I had to play very safe. You will see like how I did all that, like so did all that. Went to the Bagusta. I decided not to use the effect because I didn't want to get it. I didn't want it to get negated, but I didn't know. And my agenda was to get rid of like all the stuff. So, boom, Zephyr War. Oh, did I get Zephyr War? Okay, there it is. All right, so here's the combo. Here's the combo, guys. You saw that, right? So I activated Metamorphose Electrum, targeted Zephyr. It didn't get destroyed yet. Chain Link, Zephyr War, Chain Link 2, pop this, pop that. I had a Zephyr Providence that I used turn 1. So you banish the Providence to keep Zephyr War from destroying it. So you still get the value off of it. Then you allow the Electrum to pop the Zephyr out, so you get full value off of your play. 2 birds, 1 stone. I laughed at him for that. And then he just quit because he was like, fuck this. Yeah, but he lost all of his... He lost it. Like, there's nothing he could do. Alright, so here's another. Oh, this guy. I gotta say something about this guy. So this guy had the audacity to talk to me like he was all high and mighty and shit. Tell me something like, I don't want to do it with the likes of you. You know, like, who? What the fuck? I'm sorry, guys. It was hilarious because he had a trash ass deck and he couldn't handle the power. He couldn't handle it. Watch this. Okay, so I said, okay. I was like, what's that gonna do? It's not gonna do anything to me. You can Ash Boss on me if you want to. I have what I need. And I kept Zephyr in my hand because it's a hand trap. Solemn Strike, boom, easy. Easy game, easy life. Easy game, easy life. Boom, 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 boom. See what I mean? Zephyr Naga. But I kind of messed up. I messed that up. I meant to summon... if you guys saw, like, I summoned this and I used this effect. Well, I wasn't paying attention because I was just really into trying to make the board. Now, when you use this guy's effect, like, when you use his effect, don't target this. Target the other. Always target Zephyr when you're trying to manipulate your scales, because Zephyr just scales towards the scale that it's trying to balance out. So you always get your Zephyr out. The next thing is that you remember. Okay, so you saw that I used her for this, right? So I should have special summoned. The Dandelion. Had I special summoned the Dandelion, that would have gave me 2 targets. 2 targets. And I would have been able to go into I would have ended my board with Griffin, co-link to Skull Deep, discard my 9 pillars, set my 9 pillars, set my Zephyr, activate Zephyr Providence, search for where is it? I can't think of the words right now. And search for Divine Strike. So I would have ended my board with 2 negations, 1 disruption, and a stun. See what I mean? Like 3 negations. 3 negations, guys. Too good. There was absolutely no way. I was like, good game. When I did this, I said, good game, son. Because if you had summoned, if a person summons a 1 monster and you just negate it and you end their turn, they have a shitty hand. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of like poker. Like in some cases, you gotta really read every single move. You have to use, like, I'm not sure if it's soft skills or like you have to try to understand like what their possible movements would be based on the deck that they're playing. So if you have 3 negations and they have 6 cards in their hand, for example, you can negate 3 of the cards that extend the combos to make an end board, right? In some decks, be it tier 1 or 2, you have like in what I would assume to be 60 to 70% chance to completely break their play, even higher really, depending on if you decide to wait or not, right? So you negate 3 cards, especially if you're running 9 pillars, because if you hit the right card and shuffle it back into the deck, they don't get any triggers off cards that need to be destroyed. So it's just like too good. And here's the threatening part about this board. My opponent can't really get to that co-link zone. If they decide to special summon a monster to that zone and I pop the monster, they'll probably be pretty screwed. I don't know. But I know that this board is nasty, dude. Solid Strike, Divine Strike, 9 pillars, and Zephyr. Zephyr was going to target the Oracle of Zefra and pop their cards, so I still would have had a scale left to use for Zephyr Providence and go hard again next turn. There's nothing they could do about that. And I have more Troll Mirrors in my deck, so I would have just went for like not being able to be destroyed by battle. And that would have been game. There's nothing else that it could do. But that's the example of being able to summon to showcase the power of the Troll Mirror Griffin. Troll Mirror Griffin is life, guys. This board was so beautiful. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Sack. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. See, look, told you guys, gotta use that Zephyr Naga. You saved you. This is your most powerful negation. Gotta save it. Look at this board, bro. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? There's nothing he could do about that. If I end your board off of just that, if I stop your board off of just that, you have a shitty hand. Look at that. He topped that though. If I couldn't stop that, he would have went hard. But I still got 2 negations. I was debating about using Makaba to negate it and then banish it, but I don't know. And he didn't even have to normal summon yet. He could have just oh well, no, he had no choice because he needed to get that +1. So he kind of like he gave me the respect of being able to beat him. I guess he had confidence, but damn guys, I'm just like, holy shit. And then I had the ability to pop my Zephranu, get the value off of it. I would have searched for another prominence, and then I drew in the Zefra. So it's like, come on now. Here's another one. It's the last one, guys. Oh, this is against the Barlow player. This shit was so funny. Ash. Fuck out of here. Here we go. Look at this. Boom. 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 See? 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 Boom. 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 And he did this like he was doing something. He did this shit like he was doing something. Okay, so he popped that, so I said, okay, fuck it. We're gonna go about it this way. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Activate this. Boom. Do that. Boom, 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 boom. And then I decided to manipulate him. He has nothing else. It's either he lets all that go or take the risk. Let it go and take the risk. Boom. Now caught him. Caught his ass. So I can't negate the effect of this. So I guess he wanted to get full value by going for the Metal Rocket Dragon, which was fine. Like his play was fine. But the problem is that Chain Link 2, man, fucked them up. If he was able to chain the chain link of Metal Rocket, reverse the chain links, he would have got me, guys. He would have got me, no lie. But the fact that chains work, like, and you guys gotta really do good on your chains. Because if you chain link the right way, your opponent cannot negate the card that you really want to resolve. So you really want to pay attention to chain links and chain link order when you're playing. You really want to. I talk a lot of shit on this game, and I back it up though. Like there was this one kid that was like asking me, "Oh, do I go to a YCS?" I was like, "It's a waste of my time." Like all you do is go there to talk shit to people because you're better than them. That's literally what you go to a fucking YCS for. They don't pay your college tuition unless you're getting sponsored by somebody on YouTube or some shit. Like they ain't paying your college. They're not paying your way there. Maybe if you was the world champion like a year ago or something. But 9 times out of 10, if you up there and you're like world level, you're getting sponsored by somebody. But that's besides the point. These guys are talking. I was just saying like your deck's weak. Your decks are shit. Because they were though. And they were playing them terribly, guys. Like, I don't even remember what I was playing. But it was just so bad. I was like, I just can't stand to see people play these badass decks. Yes, I'm going to tell you you're bad. But it's not because like I want to talk shit. But it's like, you are bad. And if you're bad, just get good. And if you want to rematch me, then let's go. And I did. I rematched him a couple times. And he started kicking me out of the rooms, you know, after he decided that, okay, this guy's, you know, fuck this guy. You know, trying to make yourself feel better for kicking me. But it's like, the fact still remains. It's like, you still a shit player. I was just saying, like, why are you using, like, this dude was using, True Draco. I was playing my my Zefra. I remember I was playing Zephyr Skyfang. That's another deck build I'm going to talk to you guys about another day. But I'll let this resolve. You see that, right? Boom. Still keep my Zephranu. And I was going to search with my reinforcement of the army. Boom. 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 And that's it. He was like, nope, done. I'm done, donezo. Because I can use this, pop that. He has nothing to protect him. Oh shit, it ended. Anyway, guys, this is the day. This is my baby. You know, this is my second baby anyway. Of course, I have one child. All right, guys. So this is my Zephyr Invoked. I want to say this though. I did like pull this mini engine from a different deck build that I saw online because I just saw how powerful the engine really is, and I felt like Zephyr could utilize this because of their ability to swarm out, because of just the attributes of Zephyr itself. And I was like, this is possible. So this is my vision, and this is what it is. Alright, you guys have a wonderful evening. This is a 45-minute video, but this is discussion, guys. Discussion. Alright, you guys have a wonderful evening. Yep.